start with this week's decline in the general market. If you think about what happened, the market has been really hovering near all-time highs for about 2 to 3 weeks now, and we're running into a resistance up there about on the S&P about 7,100, 7,135 area, and it was looking for a reason to breathe. I call it. This is what markets do during a breathing stage, and I think people got privy today to my analysis of how news. We spent a lot of time today talking about news, and then we talked about how to read news and talk about news, and I talked about the president and how he negotiates, and I think I framed it for everybody. Who heard me talk about the 3 stages of a Trump negotiation? Anybody was there today? If you heard me talk about that, I think it's important to understand that because it will make you money if you do. And the 3 stages of a Trump negotiation are hit the guy in the nose. In this case, this was the Europeans in Greenland, and you hit him in the nose. And phase number 2 is he may or may not offer a handkerchief for the blood. And then, of course, you enter what I call the lovey-dovey stage. After he gets what he wants, everything's lovey and markets return to all-time highs. And that's played out not only 4 years in the first term, but 4 years or 1 year in this term. So think about it that way when you hear news and you go, can you believe this? When you say that to yourself, you're probably entering stage number 1 of a Trump negotiation. So the news came out of Davos, or however how you say it today, that the framework's been put together for the United States to take over Greenland. Greenland. I laugh about it. Even my wife started laughing about that. And so y'all remember the next time this happens, there's 3 stages. You got to get through all 3. The lovey-dovey stage is when we all make a bunch of money, when it really starts making highs. Everybody on the technicians that got short, talking about the market falling off the ledge, or starting having to cover and pay us. And that's just the way the cycle is. That is a summary of what you just witnessed, I think, in the last 7 or 8 days. Anyway, and I just want to throw that out there to give you a framework to think about things, okay? The second thing I want to talk about is a little story. I'm going to talk about a tool tonight that I use quite regularly, and we got like 250 people. I was just looking inside the room of MTI by DTI. Let me tell you a story. About 3 years ago, it's on Easter weekend, I've been working with a programmer trying to program what I would call a simple way to get direction correct long, short, or out. That was my whole goal. And I got frustrated with the programmer at the time, and I said, this is going to take me forever. And I called a good friend of mine. You met him. A lot of people's met him, Tom Delage. I said, Tom, you're a world-class programmer. I said, if I help you, let's put something together. Well, we started on that Thursday, it was the Easter weekend. And by Monday, we had what you see today is a lot more than what we developed that weekend, okay? But it's called MTI by DTI. And I've used it in, a real world example. I see he's here tonight, Frank. Frank uses this as a primary source of trend for trading. And to show you the power of it, I would say, and Frank, is this about capturing what you've done with it? Last 90 days, you've taken about 10 grand and taken it up to about 150 grand. Is that correct? I want to say I got it right, because, when I hear that, and you might copy and let everybody, Frank's responding to me, see what he's saying. And it really motivated me to do this tonight, to let people on, okay? And I got other people in here that's done just as well. But my whole goal putting this together years ago was to give you a simple process that you'd go through anytime you're in a market, okay? And decide, is the trend long, in other words, be a buyer of it, or is the trend short, be a seller? And I've got, I'm really excited. Episode, we had some new stocks. We'll go through that, but bear with me. And I want to go through these slides. And this is a chance for you to get in for a lot less than Frank did years ago, or, and talk about MTI by DTI. But I do think the market's going higher. And if you're in my futures first, I'll just tell you, check in there for an insight after 9 tonight. Fair enough? Yeah, good trade today. Good trade. Everything's great. And by the way, one comment before I get going, Adam, they asked me about silver. If I told you to follow that silver opened this week at 90.60, and I told you right now it's 91.71, would you say it's up or down for the week? Putting things in perspective. Just putting things in perspective. If I told you, yep, that's right. It is up. Markets breathe. Some people like me call an air pocket sometime, but it was a natural time for silver to breathe. And I'm glad it did, because it means it's going higher. That's the way I interpret it. So thank you for being here. You're a great group, and I'm happy to share with you tonight, because tonight we're going to be talking about something we really like, okay? Look what Jim said, Adam. You ought to really, he's a 35-year trader, and he incorporated in what he does. That tells you something right there. He's one, he'll from time to time will come on and tell you about different things. So I say let's get it going. Hope everybody's doing great. It's going to be a great finish to the week. Now that we're in the lovey-dovey stage of the week, it's going to be fun to watch it. Y'all listen up. Risk involved in trading, though. There's always risk involved in trading. And I tell people all the time, today we spent a lot of time talking about how to calculate risk on a trade. And it was a great learning day today as I showed people how to build a mutual fund. But past performance is not indicative of future results. Now, for those who don't know, I'm a former Air Force officer, proud of that, active trader since the 70s. And I found out today there's only 1%, listen to this, 1% of the population that have served in the military. That's pretty low when you think only 1%. Former member of Chicago Mercantile Exchange, author of 3 books, and I worked with students since 1996. At DTI, I'm proud of this statement here. We help you master the markets through education. Do I do that all the time, educate? I know it's a little different than most people. Does everybody appreciate the fact that we want you to know how all this works? You take great pains in your learning and educating yourself. We have training oriented towards topics of the day, and the experience that we give you comes from the School of Hard Knocks. No better place. In my opinion, market is, I'll call it the lovey-dovey stage, and now we got to be able to take advantage of that. If you look at the market right now, pretty well flat for the year so far, not unusual for this time of the month. Dow's up about 1.84%, lead the bunch, 30 industrials. A lot of people are rolling money away from the Mag 7, but we got a lot of stocks looking very good. Crude price has rallied since the first of the year. It's in a 60-50 area. It was about where we were at the high of December. We got to watch it here. And bonds, of course, are flat. My 10 tickers for the week. Now, here's a trade. I always wonder, does anybody ever take these trades, use the Delta 50 or whatever? If I told you tonight, show up on Sunday night, and I'm going to give you 10 of the best trades I got for the week, and you showed up and you got these, and let's just take MU, my top pick of the week, and you got long MU at 362. Either you bought the stock or you did a delta 50. And everybody understands what a delta 50 is, right? It's a low price. It's an option that gives you the same effect as buying a stock, okay? Now, does everybody know where MU is tonight? I'm going to stop there if you know where MU is tonight. You had that Sunday night, the top 10 tickers. Kevin says it's 396. Neil said he's up $1,400 on MU. Now, Neil, this is no program I charge for. This is what I derive from using my tool, MTI by DTI. That alone, folks, that alone. Of course, all the other stocks I'm interested in are right there and some numbers to do that. Looks like KGC is getting ready to move. Keep your eye on that one. Of course, the QQQ has a little work to do, but that's where we stand tonight. Now, if I told you a tool in 25, 24, and late 23 predicted massive moves in all the different markets, would you want to have that tool? Well, guess what, folks? We're talking about it tonight. Nobody's got anything like this. I'm telling you, you can spend a lot of money out there, but you will not have a better tool than MTI by DTI. The breakout tool that I use really leads you where you need to go. Not just short term, but long term. Now, the performance shown is not typical. We make no future earnings claim. And hey, you may lose money. All trades are expressed or from historical data in order to demonstrate the potential of the system. The examples used are based on historical options and benefit of hindsight, and percentages reflect that. What you see today is a tool for traders. Do I have any traders here tonight? Do I have any traders here tonight? This is an indicator, an success indicator is based on the skill of the trader using it. We can't guarantee any specific future results, as there's always a high degree of risk involved in trading. See our terms on the DTI spread page for more information. In trading, there will be losers. You know about it. I've had plenty of them. Had one today. There's no black box miracle system that prints out winning trades automatically. The whole purpose of what I tried to do years ago was give you a tool that will work with any trader out there that wants a directional help with the market. Can't handle losing trade, then you really shouldn't be trading with real money. Again, losses in trading have occurred and will occur in the future. Now, for those that are new tonight, I'm Tom Busby. And if you will listen, learn what I have to teach you, you will have a full course in the art of trading. That's something I'm very proud of being able to do. What you're about to see is a giant leap forward in that process. It's a method that shows you how to execute trades like a Wall Street professional. Even if you're brand new, I know I got some new people, but if you're brand new to trading, you want this tool. And give you just a taste how powerful it is. Listen up. These are using options. What you predict some of the biggest breakout moves of the last few years. NVIDIA. Y'all remember when NVIDIA was averaging 24% a month? It didn't go straight up. But with MTI, we were able to ride NVIDIA for the sweet spot each and every month using MTI by DTI. You look at that chart very closely, you will see two white lines. Tell me you see the two white lines. Look at that sucker. Pretty nice, isn't it? Lunar, 140% gain on options there. I like moonshots. But we're not here to talk about them. We're about here to talk about my top 5 picks this tool has identified at the start of 2026. All straight for the best simple and buy-sell tool our team has ever built in my 40-year career. I'm looking at it right over here. I can tell you right now the exact price, looking at MTI, that silver goes in play tonight. I might give it to you at the end if you're real nice. All starts with being able to take this, encode it, URL, put it on your computer within 5 minutes or less, Unlock that tool and level the playing field when tomorrow comes. Check your portfolio against it. It is one of the most useful indicators available anywhere. It provides real time, not past time, real time buy and sell signals on any stock. Which means you always know whether to be long, short, or out of any trade. That's the beauty of this. It's called the market timing indicator, MTI by DTI. Let me show you how it works. Might look like there's a lot going on here, but it's actually really straightforward to use. Let your eyes find the two white lines. Tell me if you found the two white lines on this chart. Everybody see those two white lines? Tell me if you see a green arrow at the start of this rally. Give me a yes. You've been trained on how to use MTI, knowing that. You need to focus on that arrow, and all you have to do is wait for the other side of the fall to get out. That's your entry signal, long or short. Green arrow means be long. Crystal, you can see it? Good. Red arrow means it's going short. Not that difficult to follow, is it? And the exit is just as clear cut. You see, the market timing indicators built in trailing stops with what you're doing. That way you're never left guessing when to exit. You know, one day, I don't think it's going to be soon, but one day, silver, the music's going to stop. With MTI, you won't get caught at the top because it will tell you when that's going to happen. Just follow those white lines. Line on the bottom of green arrows are trailing stop. You see it right there. Price is in the green. The buyer prints on the screen. New long entry. As long as the price stays in the green, we stay in the long. Ask Frank. In this case, with L3 Harris, it could have been a 227% gain using appropriate options, enough time to expiration. That's what you would have made. Works the same way when you get short, meaning the market's falling, like the last few days. Kept us on the downside. When price drops down in the red, the short arrow prints, signaling a new short entry. The line on top of the red arrow is our trailing stop, and down we go. As long as it stays in the red, you stay short. Pretty simple stuff. We just got a suggestion, make our arrows bigger. We can do that, Jim. We'll work on that. Hopefully Jonathan can write that down and get it done for you. Could have led to 117% gain. Not too hard to manage. Here it is again on Microsoft. Y'all remember that stock? There it goes. This is a couple hundred points ago when it gave this signal on the daily. Look how Microsoft shot up after that signal. Look at that go. Could have resulted in 153% in less than a month. Even called one of my favorite boring tickers, like Southern Copper, not boring anymore. There's a green arrow giving the buy signal on copper. You read all the charts in the world, but you get that green arrow, you better pay attention. There it goes. 196% in 26 days. And again on Google. Google's the one that really gave a good shot too. Look at that one. Stayed bearish for a while, and then it turned green. The arrow came. Up we went. 30 days later, we went on a tear. Only as an example could have led to 326% gain. So looking at these few charts, you should have came to a conclusion. You're not going to go into tomorrow without MTI on your computer. You're not going to check MTI, both long and short term, about those green arrows, and then you're going to go. Because that's the kind of market you got in the lovey-dovey stage. Which is, I think, the market timing together is probably the best directional tool that we put together over the years. It's simple, it's straightforward, you can't confuse it, can't interpret it, find the arrow, find the white lines, make your trade. Takes the most actual key data on any stock. Still, by the way, it works 24 hours. How you like that? Every day. Never guess. Do what the market tells you. This is the way to do it. Now, people love it to hear some of what our students say. Let's see if James is here tonight. Loves the market timing indicator before making every trade. Confirm it is a long. in this case, and when to get out. Or Rhonda, I talked to her today. Excellent tool, easy to follow. She is one of the most knowledgeable people when it comes to water in the world. And let me tell you, she can glance at this and know exactly what her portfolio should be doing. Market timing indicator provides concrete data for decision-making process. Scott said, and timing, everything's there. Ability to trade his account would look much different without this tool. Now listen, before we get too far along, we all know there's bound to be smaller wins and losses in trade. Just because the market timing indicator doesn't mean every trade will work out. That's why you always hear me say, you should never risk more than you can afford to lose. Use level bets, means level out the bets on the options you choose. Now, what I've shown you so far is just the beginning. Be able to work alongside the market timing indicator when we went further. This was phase 2 of MTI. It's called the Market Timing Opportunity Scanner, MTOS, which analyzes the entire stock market, provides you with confirmed buy and short opportunities on a silver platter. What a choice of words. Meaning you never left blindly guessing which stock to trade. In fact, running the scan, you can see what kind of opportunities were right. You got to love it. Most people open up their trading platform and don't even know which stock to start with. Not with MTI, not with Opportunity Scanner. It tells you right over here, be short this one, be long that one. What you do and how you use it is key. We cover that in our master classes. Automatically populates the list, what I found to be best stocks to target, tells you which ones to be long, which ones to be short. Those new buy and short opportunities every day the market is open, where you want to do it short term or long term. Opportunity scanner prints buy, you go long. That means price just crossed into the green, gives you an early warning sign, and there's the buy entry with a number. That means price is crossed in the red, and there's a short opportunity, it gives a red signal. All you have to do is click on the buy or the short, brings up that chart to verify, and on an example, November 14th opportunity scan showed Honeywell had a new buy signal. Right into the green, there was a new buy entry. Clicking on buy pulls, up the chart and down. Sure enough, the stock took off like a rocket over the coming days. When the market timing indicator is a guide, anyone could have had a shot at 179% gain in less than 2 months. These are huge, folks. Don't leave home without this stuff. That was somebody else's commercial, but I wouldn't trade without it. Opportunity scanner works the same way to the downside, setting up both long and shorts. Tells you right there, spells it out for you where you don't get confused. One click takes you to the chart, and there's a red arrow. Down we go like a rock. Wow. Any stock you can plug in here and find out. You take your portfolio tonight and go through it and know, do you have the right stocks or not? If they're above both the daily, which is on the left-hand side of the chart, and above the short term, stay with it. If they're above the daily, you go to the short term, you find your timing. 313% in only 33 days on that. The market timing indicator sets a real-time course of action for you to follow for every trade. An opportunity scanner will analyze the entire stock market and hand you confirmed buy and short opportunities on that silver platter, designed to level the playing field for traders. Like I said, our top students absolutely loved having this in their arsenal. Easy to scan, James B. said, of all stocks in his system. Sandra loves the charting and the clarity they give. I look at charts all day. They don't tell me this, but this tells you when to buy it. Pretty good. Market timing indicator helps one stay disciplined on entries and exits, keeps you calm down, makes you money. That's what you want it to do. Now, the 5 tickers, let me introduce myself and make sure everyone knows me if they haven't met me before. Who am I? My name is Tom Busby, Air Force Blue. Been on a lot of shows over my career. You've probably seen me if you've been around long enough to know that. I'm an active trader since the 70s. It's a long time ago. Member of Chicago Mercantile Exchange. My early professional career, I was a senior vice president with Smith Barney, which later on became Morgan Stanley. This is the real insight. My fascination with the 24-hour market became because I had a Globex terminal outside of Chicago, one only 50 that had that permit. I have 3 great books: Winning the Day Trading Game, The Markets Never Sleep, and Trade to Win. Still viable today. I call that long term. The resume I'm pretty proud of. One lesson I've learned is that I want to pass on to you: picking stocks on your own is a suicide mission. I had one lady, speaking of that, had picked 96 stocks listening to CNBC. Ooh, I shouldn't have said that, should I? People in there saying, this is a good buy. You know, out of all those stocks, she only had 2 that was profitable when I got with her. That's crazy. She just listened. Hey, I'll buy that. I'll buy this. Just look at the research. More evidence that it's really hard to beat the market over time. 92% of financial professionals can't do it. 92% of professionals struggle to consistently pick the right stock, so they don't understand how it's all put together. Being around since it was put together gives you a great understanding. And it's easy to see why. Even the brightest traders of the world have dozens of variables to analyze. What we've done is take MTI by DTI, give you a fast, real quick way to determine long, short out, which I argue is the most important question of my career. Should I be buying or should I be selling, or should my hands be in my pocket, not trading? MTI solves that for you. Institutional accumulation, debt ratio, earnings per share, corporate news announcements, cash flow, price to earnings, free cash flow, beta, all that. Really gets confusing when you add all this stuff together. Open, high, low, 52-week high, low, the day range, year range, upgrades and downgrades, all the things that can screw up a good trade. That's why you need MTI by DTI. List goes on and on. It's information overload. So if your trading isn't going as well as you think it should be, hey, don't beat yourself up. Get the right tool. For folks like us, it's quite literally not enough time in a day to even get a feel for what's going on, let alone find the best trading opportunity. So I set out to build this tool that can help analyze all the necessary data for us. I know it wasn't easy. Our computer programmer that did it understood trading. That was a separator. God knows my method. And he charged top dollar to write this code. But in the end, it was totally worth it. We tooled actual key data on any stock, distill it down in real time, buy and sell signal. Take Tesla, for example. Last year, the company started off strong, made its way into the Mag 7, but then things turned south. Prices started to slide in February. They fall on safety probes, downgrade, all the things that went wrong, coughed up some early gains, brought more bad news, poor earnings, took another blow when Elon stepped down as CEO of Twitter. Financial press was telling folks to hit the exits. But on May 25th, the opportunity scanner showed a new buy for Tesla right there, BUY. That meant the stock had crossed in the green. There was a new long entry signal. Sure enough, there's the green arrow we look for. There's the chart we like to have after we've been in it. Anyone that entered extra with the market timing indicator could have seen, in that case, almost 292% in 32 days. It was a similar story for Fifth Trade Stock Bank. At the same time, news broke of a major acquisition by the bank. Market reacted unfavorably with the acquirer. On the heels of a drastic sell-off came the bombshell that took the entire financial sector down, the collapse of Silicon Valley. Remember that? When all the banks fell out of bed, caused Fifth Third Bank stock to fall off a cliff. Matter of days, it lost over 30%. Back-to-back earning misses, stock stayed down, even fell on positive earnings, and finally sideways for months. To make matters worse, in early November, they were fined $8 million by the SEC, avoided the stock like the plague for good reason. But on November 14th, this day will live in history. Out of nowhere, the buy signal came. Get long. What happened next? Green arrow appeared. There it is. Up we went. It soared. If you like to catch stocks that have had big sell-off, maybe like a Nike or something like that, use MTI. This is great for that. Shot at, in this case, almost 442% on options in a few weeks. Back half of the year, stock was range bound, traded sideways for months. No one knew if NVIDIA would make new highs or fall back to previous lows. On January 5th, the market timing indicator signaled a new buy for NVIDIA. Green arrow, here we go. Off it took like a rocket, following along the market timing indicator. Any trader could walk away with 581% in only 46 days. Now that's pretty crazy return in a matter of what, a month and a half? That trade alone could have turned a minimum of $1,000 into 6,100. Anybody would like to make that trade? Well, guess what? In the lovey-dovey stage, you're going to be able to do it. There's going to be opportunities. Make enough to pay a mortgage, do whatever you want to do with the money. That's why I think the market timing indicator can be a total game changer in the way folks approach trading. Listen to what some of our top students have said after adding it to their trading platform. It takes about 3 or 4 minutes to get it added. Like Deborah S., market timing is exceptional. Use that word exceptional. When I traded using tools, she's had nothing but winners. Jim B said 105% on Nike. I was just talking about it. Another 7.5%, 753% on Netflix. Oh, I remember that trade. Slowly but surely, follow along. Now, as great as market timing indicator is at picking up on swing trade opportunities, we know the markets get chaotic. We call it the Trump negotiation. And people might want to trade shorter time frame. Works fine for me. Everyone knows day trading's in my DNA. Heck, I literally wrote the book on it. Winning the day trading game, way back. So of course, I built the market timing indicator to work for day trading too. When you open it up on your trading platform, look at it on the right side. I'm looking at it right now. Silver is approaching my major breakout number right now. I'll let you know when I finish this presentation where that number is, according to MTI. That's what it looks like when it gets going. That green arrow pops. Now the market, drill down on it any time frame you want. I like using 30 minutes and daily. Those are my two favorite. I see some people use a minute, 5 minutes. It works for every time frame you want to trade. It fits the traders what it does. The market timing indicator automatically adjusts to the time frame you choose. All you have to do is wait for the error to show up. And when the error shows, away we go. Pretty cool. You know, I got one of these short-term errors today on MU. Go check MU out right now in the night market. Tell me, wouldn't you like to have that trade? All you have to do is wait for the green arrow and go with it. Up we go. Simple, straightforward. We don't like complicated. We like things that work here at DTI. Write that one down. 53% in 3 hours is a nice return. It works the same way to the downside. Short arrow prints where the stock goes down. I can tell you right now where the market's rising. I can tell you exactly using MTI where it turns back down for the general micro E-mini. When price goes above the line, that's our exit, 60% in 4 hours. Here it again on Netflix. Really likes Netflix, doesn't it? There's a green arrow, up we went. 77% in less than 2 hours on the short term. See it again on Motorola. There's the green arrow, up we go. Gotta love it, don't you? There it goes, 95% less thrift. I am so excited that I'm talking about MTI by DTI tonight because somebody out there is going to be part of what we do tomorrow during our marathon that we're doing. I'll explain later. 95% less than 3 hours, and again on NVIDIA. There's the green arrow, 2 hours time, pop. It's so simple for everybody out there, it puts you on the right side of the market by following the simple rules. Okay? Pretty good. If you're a swing trader, day trader, hey, type in, tell me what kind of trader you are. I'd like to know. Swing, short term, long term, or all three. Doesn't matter. This works. Market timing indicators there to help you time your entries and exits, taking actual key data and making it work for you. Hey, what did our students have to say? Constantly making money when using the market timing indicator. What Glenn said. Been around a while. Jerry B, he said, I wouldn't want to live without it. Not trading, he wouldn't. Bristol's all three. All I want folks at home to have the same experience as Bruce, Glenn, and Jerry. I invited you to add the market timing indicator tonight. Do not procrastinate. Get it on. Get in our room. You don't have to be a computer whiz to do it. I figured it out in 3 minutes to get it loaded on my computer. That's simple. It's great instruction how to do it. Copy that EL and the Thinkorswim platform. 60 seconds, you'd be using the market time, how easy it is. The download guide's there to read about it if you need to. Once you're done, you start using it right away. There's the green arrow. If you need any assistance, we'll be glad to help you. We'll spend time tomorrow morning covering it as a backup. All you have to do is wait for that green arrow, like with Pepsi. There's a green arrow. Remember, we caught it short. Now we're going to catch it long. Have you ever heard taking money both ways? With the non-bias approach of MTI by DTI, you can get it both ways. That's what I like about it. No bias. Green arrow signal long entry. Here it comes. Soaring, soaring, soaring. Market timing indicator had a shot at, in this case, 126% in a few weeks. Or the down arrow for your short signal, like what happened on Walgreens, April 4th. There's a short arrow. Down we went. Look how Walgreens take after. Anyone follow along with the market timing indicator could have seen 211% in only 35 days. And remember, the market timing indicator works the same way for day trading. Take Microsoft on May 14th. Green arrow print, 115, new long entry. Microsoft shot up backwards, and there we go. 75% in less than 4 hours. Wow. Occidental Petroleum, there's the one oldie goldie from the past. Red arrow printed at 9:30, signaling a new short entry. Actually slid off a cliff. Down it went with the red arrow, stayed below the lines, 182% in less than 2 hours. These are great option plays. The market timing indicator sets a real-time course of action for you to follow each trade, hoping you time your entries and exits every step of the way. But half the battle for most folks is knowing which stocks to trade, right? Knowing where's the best place for me to put my assets and manage them accordingly. That's a big battle for people. They got money laying around, they can be putting to use with MTI. Pick up the market timing indicator today. Include the opportunity scanner. Clear as a bell what you're going to do. That way you never left blindly guessing which stock to target, end up trying. Tells you when to buy, tells you when to sell. Click the buy when the arrow's there. Stock took off like a rocket over the coming days. Following along in the market, 10 anyway, 151% in 45 days. That ain't bad. I'll take some of that tomorrow. Here it again on BlackRock. Remember this stock? Buy. Here we go. There's the green arrow. On a tear, off we went. Using the market timing area, we had a shot at 310% in 2 months. Opportunity scanner. See the steps I'm doing? Same steps every time. Gets repetitive, doesn't it? I have that green arrow. What's my number on the opportunity scanner? Let's go. Time to dance. Now, we could have priced this market timing indicator at any price, $39.95 for access to both. Now, what is it going to cost? Because you're here tonight and I want you to have it. I've got the price sliced and diced. Tonight's your night. Like I said, $39.95 is a fair price for what you're getting. Probably guess that's not what we're going to ask you to pay if you want to join us. Better for folks who take action right now. I recorded a series of workshops that go along with it for different types and styles of trading. Let's talk about workshop number 1. This is 2026. This is January. In 2026, the market is predicting it's going to go higher based on everything that we use, right? So why not have good long-term stocks in your portfolio to take advantage of that? But here's the beautiful thing about it. You know where the door is to exit by buying those stocks. You always exit. Workshop number 2, let's do some short-term trading together. We'll do that tomorrow. That's workshop number 2. Workshop number 3, let's do some income and day trading or swing trading tomorrow also. That's why we're doing a marathon tomorrow here in the lovey-dovey stage. How about income? We did some income trading today, didn't we? Workshop number 5, putting it all together, how it all works together, and make sure you got a good understanding of how to use this great tool. Get insights, how you approach each strategy based on our 40 years of experience. We packaged it, sell everything separately. We decided not to do that. We want to make it simple. All these things I've talked about come as sidekicks to MTI by DTI. If we started at $3,995 for 1 year's access, it'd be a fair price when you decide how good this thing is. In fact, it's worth it. Having a new list of certified buys and short candidates every day is worth that much. You don't have to look anywhere else but MTI by DTI. Not to mention each one will have entry, trailing stop, and exit criteria. But because we're here tonight, because of one of our students' great success, it brought it to the forefront how important it is for everybody to have it. No reason to stop with the price we're going to offer. Here's what we're going to do. Watching this webinar right now. A 50% discount will take the price down. That's a pretty big discount, folks. 50%. You divide that number by 2, $19.97 for the year. But we're not done yet. We're going to take off during this webinar. We're going to add lifetime access. Means if we upgrade it in the future, there's no additional cost. That means no subscription fees, no recurring fees, no data fees, no annual renewals. It's your decision to be part of the crowd that's got the VIP. Make your decision even easier. Unlimited free code updates. We do that from time to time. Unlimited. That means when we add new features and functions to the market timing indicator opportunity scanner, you automatically get the new download, notified and told to below it without having to pay an upgrade fee. So $19.95 is an absolute steal for a lifetime. Let's do something crazy though. Let's do something crazy because we're here together tonight. Market timing indicator nailed some of the best breakouts. Let's be part of it as we go forward in 2026. If you get MTI and you go through this year and you're a big success, I want to hear about it because this is what I would call that missing ingredient you need to start your analysis when you trade. 5 picks, all at the start of the new year. I'm such a believer in market timing indicator. I use it every day in my trading. So folks, if you let me, we'll personally knock off another $500 to take the price down to a rock bottom price of $14.97. Drop that price, Adam. Let it have it. Just limit how many we let go of that price because this is lifetime, folks. If you're ready to start using the market timing indicator, opportunity scanner today, you want lifetime access, click the link in the chat, buy it, buy it, buy it, dtitrader.com/MTI, call 904-706-3532 if you got any questions. Within 5 minutes, you could be using it, get set up on your trading platform, and a new list of buy and short opportunities every day. But not just today, tomorrow or next year. When you take action tonight, you're good for the rest of your trading career. Get started, do it, click the link in the chat, or call that number above, 904-706-3532. Hear what traders like you've said experience the market time and income. Old Dave blew everything else out of the market. He's tried everything else. I promise you, old Dave's tried everything. Or David R., who said it's the early, easiest decision of all time, one of the best tools for everyone to use. Peg just wrote in, she made 14% the first time she used it. Way to go, Peg. Click the link in the chat, secure your lifetime. This is for lifetime, dtitrader.com/MTI. Call 904-706-3532. $14.97 lifetime access. Get going. Now, here's the stocks I've personally chosen right now, and I'll answer some common questions. By the way, if you don't have a Thinkorswim account, put $50, open an account, and get live data. You don't have to trade there. You can use any platform you do. So here's the ones we chose. Question number one, what trading platform does it work on? Market timing indicator, opportunity scanner works on Thinkorswim. It's free to open a Thinkorswim account. It takes less than 60 seconds to copy your URL. A lot of people do that. They want to trade with other platforms. How do you download it? Very simple. Simple, step-by-step instructions, easy to do. Less than 5 minutes, you'll have it on your computer. Step by step, there it is. Up and running tonight, that's your goal. Let's go into tomorrow with it before we start the marathon trading day. Both the market timing indicator and opportunity scanner are included tonight in the lifetime offer. You get the lifetime access to both, no subscription fees, no recurring charges, no data fees, no annual renewals. Now, I can only guarantee that the lifetime upgrade for those watching right now. If you wait 3 or 4 days, we might pull it down. You can use it for option trading, for anything you want to do. It does it. I didn't show any examples of that, but it does work for options too, remember. Click the link in the chat, lock in your membership. Let's get started. DTI.com/MTI or call that 904-706-3532. Say that number together, 904-706-3532. Is there any training? Yes. I've got in the membership portal, I got 5 major workshops. You got it. Workshop number 1, long-term trade. Workshop number 2, short-term trade. Workshop number 3, swing trading. 4, income trade and other techniques, and putting it all together. Make it your weekend assignment to do that, okay? These workshops will help you, give you a clear understanding. We're going to be using it tomorrow. I'm going to be using it tonight after 9. Get insights how much I'd approach each strategy based on 40 years of experience. For to talk to someone, call that number above. Somebody will take the call. Put your email and name in here if you'd like a call tomorrow. Don't want, if you want to have somebody call you tomorrow, preserve this deal, do that. Go to dtitrader.com/MTI. What are the 5 stocks? Let's take a look. MU. What do you think about that, folks? MU is one of the stocks. This alone made everybody have a scholarship.
And for this time, you gave this last month.
So. I know. That's how good it is. Look at it. Whoa. NVIDIA gave you the breakout price. Waiting for the green arrow. QQQ, green arrow. SLV, how about that one? 2, I'm telling you. KGC, 3. 3 of the 5 have already paid for MTI by DTI. Would you like me to update the list for the new people that sign up? $14.97. Get signed up. Get in the room. I will post the new list no sooner than the markets open tomorrow for all the people inside the Telegram channel. That's a promise. I'm making a note for myself to do it in the morning. New 5. What a time to get it. During the lovey-dovey stage. Folks, I laid it out there for you. I can't get the point across any better. Anybody got any questions? Chandris, be sure you put your name and email in there to reserve this price. FCX at 44. Took some big profits. I use both of them. The tools we develop at DTI are fantastic. Now, I read something I wanted to read to everybody. I thought, Tom, you've opened a whole new world to me since I heard your first lecture. I don't just mean the tools, but the world-class education live trading you personally offer has shown me how I can successfully day swing and trade futures. Don't forget portfolio stock building on your retirement. I'm a better disciplined and process-oriented trader because of you. Wow, what a nice thing. Please don't retire. No plans to retire, folks. I love it. You can tell I love it. Folks, any last minute questions? It's time to go back to trading in about 7 minutes. Adam, I think you're going to love that recording. You're going to play it again?
I sure am. As soon as you say, good to go.
Good to go.